Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I'm on my way into the office for a couple of hours, and I wanted to share something with you. By the way, me and some of my fellow constituents, we have a 501c3. I don't talk about it that much, but I think I'm going to do more because we're entering into that season where help is needed. You know, so many people are yet becoming homeless in America. How about that? And we need help with donations. I work for a behavioral health facility that has 3 offices, and we donate food like a food pantry, as a food pantry. So anybody out there that wants to lend a helping hand, you can email me at ifwbuilders@gmail.com. Now, the other thing is moving on into the flow of the day. You know, I come on and I talk about things that's going on, considering relationships, family, astrology, and that kind of thing, spiritual content. So today I want to remind everyone of Chiron being in Aries, and that it is retrograde today. Chiron is called the Wounded Healer, and I did some videos on it previously. I did a class on it as well, and the class gave a lot of information concerning where your placement is with Chiron, if you have Chiron in your placement in your wheel. If you need a natal chart, I do natal charts for $10. I also do personal development sessions to help get an understanding of some of these behaviors and emotions that we may work on and we're not able to get in control, because we actually do have the ability to control them. And that ability comes from within. It's not an external control, it's an internal control. Can I tell you that every time you go to tell yourself externally what you're going to do, it will not work concerning the change in your behaviors, because you haven't went within to work on any emotional traumas that are there, which takes me to the place of Chiron. So Chiron will push the button or trigger old wounds, things that you thought were not there anymore. It will take you back into history concerning things that you experienced to help you to, I don't want to say heal, because the wounding is an area that you actually can capitalize off of to help others. So Chiron was never healed, but he is an asteroid, or it is an asteroid that looks very much like the Sagittarius archetype, that helps you to identify with wounds and turn those wounds into healthy wounds, which means that you're able to use the wounds positively rather than striking out and being angry about things that has happened to you that you seem to not be able to get a hold on. So one of the things that I wanted everyone to be aware of is that the asteroid went retrograde, and that means that you're going to go into more deep reflection. And that is in addition to Saturn and Jupiter, Pisces or Neptune, and Pluto being retrograde. So we're in some deep reflection right now, whether we want to be or not. You know, if you're fighting it, then you're going to lose the whole perspective on life at this time. I'm sorry about the sun. Lose the whole perspective on life at this time, because we're in pivotal moments where it's not just that the external world of the collective is changing, but we're changing with that. And that means that the inner parts of us are changing, and we won't be the same. 2 months from now, you won't be the same. So on with that, the inner child will begin to speak to many people again. I know that I work with individuals that was having, experiences with the inner child probably within the last 3 to 4 months. And, rest came. Well, the inner child is getting up again, and what I find is that the inner child is pointing us in the areas of creativity, things that we have not completed in the creative way. The inner child is now directing us towards that, and it makes a lot of sense because we're going into Leo season, and Leo is about creativity. It's about entrepreneurs that have an idea that they have not capitalized on. And so the energy is not just about wounding or your inner child, being upset because you didn't deal with some issues. Your inner child is actually leading you and guiding you to some things that you did not complete, because whenever life is happening, we take the adult stand, because we're adults. But in life, I remember the scripture that Jesus said, you got to come as a little child. And that means that sometimes you got to forget everything that you ever learned or thought in order to relearn or to learn something new. And that's what the Gemini and North Node is really about, to shed some light on that for people that don't really understand that. All of the changes that we came into in the last 3 or 4 months when the nodes happened, and all of the seeming reversals on the planetary structures, the way that they went in, the universe is went in to recreate or to evolve something that we have not done, or we don't even remember we've done. I think that in life, in all eternity, there is a fashion of something that's already been done. And even Solomon talks about there's nothing new under the sun. However, a lot of this is new to us. And what we're doing is being called to just go with the flow. And that inner child in us, because it loves to play and be happy, is saying, let's just go with it. Let's just have fun with it. Go to work and have fun, and let that inner child lead you and guide you to new innovative ideas that will springboard, beautiful things for humanity, for yourself and for your family. So many people have been down throughout centuries of life, and we have the ability, if we follow the inner child, to help lift ourselves, our families, build legacies and generations, and the collective to be lifted up. Nothing like what our political leaders have done, where there's a tier that says only certain people can make it. No, we're looking at people that follow their inner child because it's been struggling and fighting to get out and say, hey, did you remember that I'm here? Deuces, dude. And did you remember I'm here? People want to speed in the morning. And you know what? It's such a beautiful time because it's quiet. You just go with a peaceful flow. Don't let people hurry you up or push you. Be who you are while you're driving. Let me get back to the inner child. So the inner child is energetic. It wants to do things happy. It doesn't want to be upset. And so once you begin to allow the inner child to be a part of your life again, then you have a childlike substance or individual that is saying, do you remember when you were imagining that beautiful home or that beautiful car, and people told you that you had to have money first to get it? Well, you know what? Spiritual things are about creating within. And so that's why Chiron can trigger a wound, but the wound will tell you, you got to heal within. There's nothing that you can create externally without having a thought of it within. So that means that you become a part of the development and creativity within yourself, and your inner child is the one that is bringing you in because she or he is crying out for your attention. While you've been giving the world all the attention, All the attention has to go back within so that you can finish work that you did not complete. Some people might be going back to complete a degree. Some people may never have completed high school, and it's okay. The thing is that you complete it. My hands are up to Will and Jada Smith. I watched their video yesterday. At first I was thinking, is this some type of tabloid stuff? And you know, my heart goes out to them and the maturity that they displayed concerning their circumstances, the relationship, and all of that. Because when you go in, and I'm talking about inner wounds and Chiron, the wounded healer, talking about children, your inner child, a lot of our experiences were inundated by situations of our parents because they didn't know how to raise us. And so we're on this here journey, learning how to do things the right way, even in relationships, you know? And so no one is perfect, but there's something about people that can come on that hold a platform where people will pay attention to them, and they will say, look, this is how it went down. And they're honest and true, and it gives people that really want to build a healthy life to keep their families together, an idea of what it takes to get there. You feel what I'm saying? So you guys remember Chiron, and give a hat off to Will and Jada for coming on, because they didn't even have to talk about their situations there, you know? Tip your hat to them, and let's be about, you know, the business of healing our families and putting aside old stuff. Let's create healing and love and peace, and look at the day as it is, not in unhappiness and sadness because of some broken relationship, but the possibilities of rebuilding or evolving and healing yourself so that you can have a healthy relationship. Healthy relationships at work, at home, with your children, with your mate, wherever you go, just happiness. And don't let someone else's opinion be the opinion that you reflect daily. Be who you are, because that's what matters. And be who you are, affecting the world authentically, not being and showing up as who people want you to be, but who you are. Okay? So you guys have a wonderful day, and God bless you. If you need personal development sessions, you can email me at ifwbuilders@gmail.com. My name is Kim. And yes, a gamut of information. Blessings to those that have had, you know, woundings from mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers. Blessings to the families to be healed. You know, blessings to those that have been in relationships that have hurt one another. And then they didn't realize that some of the hurt was coming from the inner child within them that has not been nurtured and looked about. No one can heal you within. Only you can go within and do that. Okay? So you remember that, and have a wonderful day. Blessings.